Hi everybody, this is a really quick case study on the custom corset that I had made for the giveaway winner from my giveaway last month. So I'm just going to do a really quick case study and then a kind of special feature afterwards. So for the material of this, the outside is this beautiful rich brown faux suede, and actually there was a good deal on it, so it didn't actually cost that much different from twill or satin as it was originally planned to be. That is flatlined to couture as a strength layer, and then on the inside you can see that there's this gorgeous pink twill lining. For the construction of this, it has a 6-panel pattern, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I assemble it pretty typically to how I do corsets these days. So what I did was I flatlined the fashion fabric to the couture, and when I assembled it on the panels I used top stitching. And then for the bones, I put one on the one in the seam allowances between the panels, and then another one in the middle of the panel. And then on the inside here, you can see that the lining is floating. And I'm not sure if you can actually see the outline here, but there is a waist tape running through right here. The winner is a little bit short-waisted, so the waist tape is pretty high up, but this is also a long line corset extending low over her hips, so that's the reason why the waist tape is situated where it is. And here's a close-up of the binding. I had made it from bias strips of the same faux suede material, but it was really not the best material to work with when it comes to bias tape, because even the way it was cut, it just didn't want to stretch or bend the way that I wanted it to. But anyways, I had machine stitched it on both sides. You can see that on the front side here it's folded under neatly, and then on the underside here I folded it under again. It doesn't really fray, but it leaves fuzzies, so I folded it under and I stitched it, and the second stitching is hidden as I stitched in the ditch from the front side. And you can see that this corset has both a Modesty placket on the front here on the knob side of the busk, and also a stiffened and suspended Modesty panel here. So the busk here is the shortest one that I have. It's about 9 inches long, and it's a standard flexible busk, 1/2 inch wide on each side. However, I did also add a pretty stiff flat steel bone on either side of the busk, just so it has a little bit more sturdiness to it. This corset is double boned. There are 24 bones total in this corset, not including the busk, so 12 bones on each side. Of those 12 bones, the 3 at the front and the back, so this one by the busk and these 2 in the back by the grommets, those are flat steel bones. All the other ones are spirals in here. Here's a close-up of the grommets. There are 18 grommets total in this corset, 9 on each side, because as I said before, it's rather short. I used brass colored size 0 grommets, so they're a little bit larger in the hole here. I think that the brass actually goes really nicely with the color of the brown and the pink here. It gives a nice contrast. Here is a close-up of the underside here, and you can see that there are no splits in this one. I did for a while get splits in some of my other grommets that came from the same place but were in silver instead of the brass colored, and I'm really not sure why that happened. Let me show you the other side here. I'm really not sure why that would have happened, apart from perhaps the quality of the metal not being that great. So if you have a press and you find that it splits a lot of the grommets, try a different grommet supplier before you completely throw out the press, because it could actually be the problem in the metal. And the laces are 5/8 of an inch wide, double-faced satin ribbon in hot pink to match the lining on the inside. The client says that one of her favorite colors is pink, so this is just a nice touch and gives the corset more interest. But right now we're actually meeting with Jenny Poo 911, who is the winner of last month's giveaway. So she was actually kind enough to drive all the way down here to visit me, and we can try on the corset for the first time on camera. So Jenny, why don't you actually tell us a little bit about your story and what's happened to you for you to need a corset?
Well, I 2 years ago had a hysterectomy complete for I had endometriosis and back problems and slight scoliosis of the spine and that, and we thought that might help, and I wasn't recovering quickly enough. I was just so tired. We couldn't figure it out, and then the following March I found a lump in my left breast, and I just didn't pay much attention to it. I was sick of doctors, you know. I showed it to my best friend Meg, and next time I went to the doctors, she ratted me out basically.
Oh.
Showed them my bump.
Yeah.
And within 3 days was down in the breast center. And I had to wait 2 weeks to get my results, but I already knew I had cancer. I just knew. And it was no big deal to me. I just like, okay, something else I have to deal with. And I had it so bad. I had stage 3 inflammatory aggressive breast cancer. At one point they even had me stage 4 to have my liver involved, metastasized. But thankfully the lesion on my liver is okay. And so I went straight to chemo, and I was hit with the hardest chemo that could be given to a person. And I did that for 6 months, and it shrunk the tumor. It really shrunk the tumor. I lost all my hair, teeth have all rotted away. Chemo kills you, basically, and then you have to rebuild yourself new. So after the surgery, I had these expanders put in. And when they did the mastectomy, they put the expanders in right away. And then every week I would go in and have them filled. And I broke the record for having the quickest fill. I just said, let's get her done. 100 cc at a time. 4.5 visits.
Is that painful?
1 or 2 times it could be the way the hose was, but I just learned which spot to sit, and you could pump it in, and I was like, great, fine. It didn't hurt to have them expanding and stretching my skin. I figured all the other stuff I've been through, that's nothing, that was peanuts.
Yeah.
So I had to wear them for 3 months after the last fill. And then I went in for my implants. And my implants are 615 cc's each.
Wow.
But I've got such a deep chest, and I'm like 40 around right now from the steroids. They don't look that big, but if I was to go back down to my normal size, pre-cancer size, I might look like Dolly Parton.
So a lot of people, they don't realize that you had to be on steroids because of what you went through.
Oh, steroids. I take average, at bedtime, I take 11 pills at bedtime. I take 1 to 3 when I wake up, and 1 at 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and then I have pain meds to use throughout the day. Like I just took a pain pill. It's just before this.
Is that back pain or is
Back pain. I have bulging discs. I have disc disintegration. I have osteoporosis in my right hip from the Lupron injections. I mean, I've been through the gamut.
Yeah.
And my back, my only comfortable position is recline. You know, and I'm tired. I'm so tired. That's my biggest complaint. Yeah. So that's why I bought this one.
Ah, yes, your first corset.
Yeah, I got it off of Corset Story.
And it was how much again?
I got it with shipping,
Yeah.
$21. And it actually, for that little kite, it's not a bad little,
Yeah.
but it's not got the steel bones.
Yeah, it's plastic bone in
Yeah.
here. Did it actually give you some relief?
It did.
Yeah.
It did. So I'm figuring something that, like that, is helping.
Yeah.
Something real would be awesome. Be heaven.
Yeah. And how did this actually also help you with your figure? Since I know that like the steroids cause you to broaden. And,
Yeah, I got like I'm a linebacker up top, a 40 around. My waist, I don't even know what my waist is. It's like I can't even remember measurements. I'm not quite sure.
It fluctuated.
Yeah, it's weird. I got a belly, like a belly muffin, I guess you could say.
Is that from the steroids or the hysterectomy?
I think it's because of the steroids, hysterectomy. I've never had a muffin top in my life or a belly. I always had a six-pack. Yeah. Like I was 110, 115, and the latest I ever got was like 98.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is a big change for me. A big change. Like I'm weighing 165 right now.
And all this has happened in the last
2 years. And I got one more surgery to go that I know of. As long as things stay clear, I got one surgery to go. I'll be on drugs for 5 years it's a tamoxifen, and after that I get reevaluated. Every 6 months I go into the breast center and have the checkups, and I see my oncologist, and then I go see my plastic surgeon, and then family doctor, and then I've got a pain specialist. So I've got this big team of doctors that are doctored out, very doctored out. But you got to do what I got to do.
The cancer's gone.
Yeah, well, so far nothing is building, like no growths are happening. I did not get clear margins when they did remove my radical on my left. My mother got breast cancer the winter after I got breast cancer. I got it in the spring, she got it in the winter.
Yeah.
But I was so far gone. Hers was just a pre-cancer, so she did a couple lumpectomies and radiation. And she's okay. But yeah, no, I still get chest pains. My muscles, they say, are still trying to, and you know, they're all doing the things. My arm goes numb because they took the lymph nodes out of my arm.
I didn't even know that. How come when they took the lymph nodes out?
Yeah, they took it. So the water, I have no water circulation. I can't even wear my wedding band right now. This is my husband's pinky ring.
Oh.
I bought it for him. And that's my anniversary ring last year, so my wedding band I can't even wear.
So it'll affect you for the rest of your life.
Yeah, there's always going to be before and after chemo, cancer, whatever. But at least I get to say there's an after.
That's right. So how do you stay positive?
I mean, it's hard when you're alone, you know, kind of get into yourself a little, but I just tried to treat it like the flu when talking to people and when out and about, and, you know, it's flu, I'll have it for whatever amount of days of the flu, and then it'll be gone, you know, and that's how I looked at it, and, you know, there's a very long-acting flu. And that's just how I dealt with it. I didn't wear a wig when I was bald. I just rocked it bald. I said, why not? I had a nice head, so.
That's always convenient.
Yeah, so I rocked it bald. I didn't get no wigs, nothing. Wore bandanas when I was out in the sun. But yeah, not much changed except for, well, I stopped doing everything I used to do. Like, I don't volunteer anymore. Like, I was really big in volunteering for my son's hockey association. I sat on their board. I did a lot of volunteering and fundraising, and I can't do it right now. Just not gonna happen right now.
Right now, but maybe someday.
Oh, I hope, because I'll drive myself nuts.
The bulging disc, was that from your scoliosis or your chemotherapy? Or?
Don't know. I've always had back problems because of the scoliosis, and my last MRI. They started showing disc disintegration, and then they're bulging. Now I have one really bulging. Once in a while, it'll hit the sciatic, and my leg goes, and it's like right down. And like,
the entire side of the body.
Yeah.
Wow.
But this is me. I'm not waving at you. This is how I get the circulation back into my arm. Yeah. People driving by, and I'm on my line.
At least I think you're friendly.
Oh, I figure if you can't go with it, laugh at it, you know. Do anything. It's life. It happens so often now. It's not like so far and few between. It is so often. There's so many people. It's just another blip in the map, and if it comes back, fight it again. You know. That's why I did do the double mastectomy though, so I didn't have to worry about doing this side. I just get her done.
Yeah. So it was, the right side was precautionary.
Yeah. Like I literally have 2 bumps that I think look like pecs with a scar across.
Wow.
Yeah, which I show on my YouTube channel. I did that little picture video.
Before, after. Yeah. And you named your tumor, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's got a couple names. Charlie's one of them. Yeah.
Charlie.
Yeah. Seems to be. He looks like I got an ultrasound picture of him, and he looks like a little dinosaur on wheels.
Really?
Like a cartoon character in this ultrasound picture.
I'd love to see that.
Oh, you gotta make light of it. You gotta
have a positive attitude.
You know, and if things are gonna go down, they're gonna go down. You gotta go with them and have a good attitude about it all. I mean, I wrote letters to all my loved ones, and sort of like a will, and I had it all set up, and it was there just in case. And I didn't want to leave that avenue not done in case something happened. So I just did all that, and nothing happened. So I still have all the letters and save it for the next time.
If there's a next time.
Well, one day I am going to die.
Well, I guess so.
Might have to update it a bit, you know, but
yeah. Alright, so do you want to try on the corset?
Yes, I can't wait to see it.
Okay. This is the end of our interview with the winner, Jenny Poo 911. So, Jenny, would you like to make